this whole book just came about through a confluence of events and circumstances related to the pandemic. We were locked down. At the same time, I'm raising two young girls in my household. And I was shocked to find that one girl in particular was being assigned comprehension readers about dead white American men. This is Africa. Why are we reading about Ben Franklin? It's not to say that he's not an inspiring person, but we need obviously people that young Black girls can relate to. I identified young African women to interview established women on the African continent. Mm-hmm. And that's how this came about, through Zoom. And so then we took the Zoom interviews and distilled those into comprehension readers. The other thing that it also serves is to expose young people to different careers. We've got a biochemist featured, we've got lawyers, we've got a woman who focuses on the psychological damage to children as a result of losing their parents, et cetera.
Well, let's zone in on one of them, the former president of Malawi, Joyce Banda.
Right.
What are the qualities that you found in her that you'd love to see exuded and incorporated into the audience that you're targeting this book for?
Well, I love her humility. Actually, I first met her through my work, and she took an Uber to meet me. And from what I understand, she was living with her daughter in a modest apartment in Virginia. And the funny thing is, she was accused falsely of being involved in a scandal, in a corruption scandal in Malawi. And I thought to myself, if she's involved in corruption, she would be living a lot more large than this in the U.S. And that's another challenge that women face who dare to go into politics. And so the other thing that I admire about her is her courage, that she is someone who dared to challenge the patriarchy and the power relation status quo in Africa, not just in Malawi, but in Africa as a whole.
Tell me about how you're using the experience that you're having in Africa and how you're channeling it through, the role that you play as a mom, as a lawyer, as a, mentor.
This continent is replete with inspiration. In my work, I've often worked with historically disadvantaged and marginalized people on this continent. And they're the ones who have to fight the most. And so as a result, they're the ones who are the most inspiring. And so I love to work with women, youth, people with disabilities. And because it's not because I'm the one who's necessarily doing for them, they have done so much for me in terms of the inspirational stories that they come with. And I feel like I've been privileged to be here and to soak it all in. And, if I think of what my life would have been like had I stayed back in the US, I wouldn't be as expanded a person as I am.